I'm just gonna jump straight into it. We were planning on coordinating our topics, but we didn't do that. So
why don't we just actually have an intro like every other podcast in the fucking world?
Let's get raw.
Raw dogging. What? That's not what it's called.
Who's been rambling and who's been gambling?
Both.
Us.
Definitely both. Yes to both.
I feel like Chris has been rambling more than gambling.
I haven't talked
Which
at
is
all.
strange because he gambles the most.
We've been,
like through stocks.
We've been gambling on one thing specifically that is a perfect segue into the first topic. We were teasing it earlier, but I wanted to wait till we were doing this. Some fights went down this past weekend.
Tyson Fury.
And not that one. Although
the one people watch.
Quick side note. That entire thing was bullshit, and I'll make that a hot take right now.
The knockout looked fake.
None of the punches landed. I promise you.
The knockout looked.
And right. It is
nobody saw it anyway.
It is not a matter of like these dudes are huge, so like a tiny graze will do damage. It's like I don't know. You just have to watch the replay in slow mo.
Yeah, it was questionable. It was
whack.
I'll say I didn't watch, so I wouldn't know.
And just the way he walks straight into it too.
And he like fell over.
He literally is just like walking hands down, like he's simulating a person walking, and then just gets fucking smashed.
Might be off topic again.
Okay.
Does Francis Ngannou stand a chance against Tyson Fury?
Oh,
that's not off topic at all. I mean, I would like to say no, especially after he just had a huge KO win, but again, I thought the whole thing was kind of whack. But I don't think people understand what boxing really is.
If it's special rules, if they do round of boxing, round of MMA, round of boxing, round of MMA, like they did with Johnson over one.
Yeah,
if they do that, I think Ngannou wins.
I would say so, because he can take a lot of damage and still perform.
Right.
So even if the first round was boxing and you just got hammered on.
But if it's 6-7 rounds of boxing, I think Tyson Fury. There's not somebody on the planet who stands against Tyson Fury.
I don't think so at this point.
You know what we're kind of sick of with boxing is the fucking YouTube boxing now. It's like I would like to see like KSI fight, but other than that, anytime I see anytime Keemstar is talking and like a drama alert about YouTube boxing, I just like tune out. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, at this point.
Like it's just cringe.
It's so dead.
It's like oh, who's Austin McBroom gonna troll next?
Who's he not gonna pay?
And they don't even right. They don't even really fight. And how could they, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
is there an event coming up that
I don't know. No, I don't know.
They talk about it like that one that had like Deji on it. It was like the only reason that I really like was up to date on it, like because the Wade concept, the guy he's super cool, and he like talks about all the boxing and MMA stuff, and then like he was supposed to commentate it, then he had surgery, and then he couldn't go, and then like the event was a fucking shit show. It was like the one where people were getting headbutted at. What was his face? The old prank guy. He got arrested.
Again?
Vitaly?
Yeah, because he fought in
permanent.
Yeah. No, because
he's in prison now.
Because he
fought.
Did
he try to rush the thing again?
No, he fought in it, and then he got headbutted, and like there was a headbutt that like got called for breaking the rules, and then like another fight where a headbutt got called and it was fine, and then like there was people rushing the ring and shit from fans in the stage. It was a fucking shit show.
It just sounds like classic sports nowadays.
Dude, it's like
happens all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, I get like a good streaker every now and again, but like for the YouTube stuff, I was like, I don't know.
Well, everybody's trying to get their moment in the sun, and that's the problem.
Their egos are being questioned whenever shit like that happens.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think it adds to the event. It adds to the spectacle when you got something
what?
unexpected.
Dude,
like
it's the same thing with like the Jake Paul fight. Like the whole, what was that on Triller?
Yeah.
It was just like such a disaster.
Right.
Every bit of that broadcast was.
They
was
had like
a
8 announcers and.
Oh yeah,
right.
And they were smoking joints like the whole time, and like the music was whack. The whole thing was so off the rails, and the fights were so bad. But like all together, it's like it's the same reason you watch MTV. Like it's not good. It's just like
Like
holy shit, I want
It's
to keep
there.
watching this.
It's
Yeah.
there.
like the budget went into like music performances.
So, yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Will we
But
ever see?
not the actual judges. Not the actual judges. No, I don't care
I would
about
rather
those.
watch.
Definitely not.
I'd rather watch the Oscars and see Will Smith do some crazy
Well,
shit.
nowadays,
for
huh? You
free.
never know.
You don't gotta pay for that.
He's
it's
not.
for free.
He's banned now. he's permanently banned now. Which, well, technically,
He's not. He's not. He has a 10-year ban.
yes,
10-year ban.
but so technically, it was one of those like I quit. Like you can't fire me because I quit things.
But they're like, but we're gonna still ban you anyway.
Yeah, they're like we're still gonna do this because fuck you. Like
we gotta set a
Yeah.
precedent for everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
anyway.
yeah, we can't have any more violence at the Oscars. No more.
You're
Even though
right.
everyone's like, yes, we want more boxing matches at the Oscars.
It's a-
Thank you very
well,
much.
It's an
We want the next
entertainment thing.
championship to be at the Oscars.
Yeah, it's an entertainment award ceremony. Why not just bring some entertainment into it?
Do we see a Will Smith boxing match?
No, that's not gonna happen. Are you kidding me?
I
No.
hope so.
Not against Chris Rock.
Yeah, maybe on
Against somebody.
maybe on street beefs.
Yeah,
but-
'cause-
Guys, didn't you
Now that's
guys see
legendary.
the movie, the Muhammad Ali movie that Will Smith was in? He literally trained, like professionally trained to be a boxer to be in that movie. He might not be a good boxer in real life, but he did actually have some training.
That's fair.
That's
I-
way more training than the Island Boys. Did you see that?
That's way more training than. Oh, are you kidding me?
Did you see the
Dude,
Island Boys video?
Dude, the Island Boys piss me
Oh
off.
man, we got to pull it up sometime. We'll pull it up.
We're not gonna talk about that right now.
Yeah. Well, I just before we completely go off it, I just wanted to say, the fights that I actually watched, the UFC fights, so glad it wasn't a pay-per-view like I was saying before. It literally like I have it pulled up right here and I'll throw it on the screen too. It was a co-main event, right?
Mhm.
It was Clay Guida, the Carpenter, which everybody was waiting for. He's like 40 years old. His record is 37-19. Like,
Been-
dude has been in a lot of
He's
fights,
been through it.
and like everyone's excited. Loses first round via submission, 3-minute fight. Now the like main event, right? Jessica Andrade's fight, which
Mhm.
everyone was looking forward to as well, even though the betting odds, I think were like minus 1100 plus 400 or some thing like that. So it was like, yeah, but that same thing, that round, that fight, submission victory, 3 minutes 13 seconds.
Damn.
We had less than 10 minutes of fighting. We had less than 7 minutes
For the
of
main
fighting
event.
for both main events combined.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
That's why it's
You never know what you're gonna get.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. And something that I was also kind of thinking about, and I don't know how you feel about this, Chris, but, like, I feel like based on fights that I've seen recently, you just don't see as many, like, knockouts
There
anymore.
hasn't been.
It's like people don't have knockout power anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I
The
think
good fighters are gone
What?
or in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. They fought someone they weren't supposed to fight, and now
Yeah.
they're gone.
Domestic abuse.
Yeah, my God.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's true though. Unfortunately, but that's true.
Yeah.
Like, there are all the best powerhouses out there are getting caught up in their own controversies and going to jail for stuff.
And like,
And
all-
like some of it's justified, some of it's not.
it seems like a lot of like the big main cards are just like going the distance, and like it goes to decision every time.
Yeah, and there's so many submission wins now. Even fighters who like have never won by submission before, but they've been in UFC for 10 years, are winning by sub. It's like, and you do see TKOs quite a bit, but
I mean, Volkanovski beat the fuck out of that Korean dude.
the Korean Zombie. But
Yeah.
but again, it's
Turned
like
into a zombie.
you see TKOs too,
Yeah.
where they're just not defending themselves, so the
Mhm.
ref calls it. But how many like putting people to sleep KOs do we see every year now?
Controversial opinion. TKO shouldn't be allowed.
As wins or
They
like,
shouldn't. They shouldn't be allowed. They should just keep going.
What?
till
Just
the guy's on
let
bloody
him
pulp.
let him get their brains beaten.
Yeah.
Let 'em
Yeah,
go until,
he's never
You know
gonna-
what? Why don't
he's
we just
ne-
bring back the 12-6, man?
Bring back.
What
I'm just
else?
saying, just bring back the Coliseum at this
12 to
point.
6.
Yeah.
When original UFC was like being made in like 1993, they were like, "How do we make this a spectacle?" They were talking about electrifying the walls.
Oh yeah.
That's the
fence.
way to do it. You don't want people.
Electrifying the
You don't want
wall.
people sitting there
Holy
stalling the whole time.
shit.
Add shit in there.
Get
Fuck
away
it.
from that thing.
Give-
Phone box fighting.
Get fucking cattle prods in there too.
Mm.
Make it a thing. Make it
Yeah.
easy for the fans to understand what's going on.
Make
They don't
celebs-
understand
like
what this
you-
groundwork
celebs
shit
can
is.
pay to be like a prod holder.
Yeah.
Or you know what'd be cool? You get a card and you have like one wild card of the night where you take like 10 different fighters. You put like a randomize, like you're playing like fucking Mortal Kombat. You hit question mark. You hit question mark, and it takes 2 random fighters, and it puts them together. And
Fucking
like,
sends them
like
off.
dude, like there's this guy that he installed one of our old like pool tables at like our last house, and like he was in the Marines or something, and they had like this thing like in the Gladiators where they would have like the big like foam helmets and like the staffs, and he said that they didn't know who they were going up against, and like they sent like a midget after him, and the fucking midget like he took the big staff and he fucking cracked him across the face in one hit.
Oh my
As hard as he could. It was how cold. So it's like, because like, could you imagine that in UFC? You get like, I don't
It's
know,
like people from different weight classes. and
dude.
stuff.
Straight up, weight
Imagine
classes
that.
aren't real.
Well, and like
Imagine.
you wouldn't be able to like prep like training for a specific fighter. You would just have to try to be the best that you can at
Dude.
everything.
There it is.
Wouldn't that like could you imagine like a Spider-Man versus like the Rhino? But who would that be in like UFC? Like Sugar Sean versus I don't know. Like, who's one of the bigger guys?
Tuivasa. That'd be a fight.
But-
We'll test Sean's knockout power. We'll see if he has it.
Let's
That's,
see the Black
like-
Beast Derek Lewis against
oh my
Islam
gosh,
Makhachev.
dude.
Like can the speed like outmatch
Or
the
even,
power?
like,
Probably not.
Like,
even
no.
like-
wouldn't
even
it be
like the-
crazy to watch though?
Even like Derek Lewis against like Tony Ferguson or something.
But Tai Tuivasa has a blindfold on.
Okay.
So he just got a fucking bum rush.
Oh yeah.
No, he's got beer goggles. He's got beer goggles. He's probably good at that. He
Well, the
fucking-
thing is, no, the
shoeies.
thing is, well, yeah, he's doing shoes, but I was gonna say the thing is, he would just wait, and as soon as the small guy came up to touch up on him, he would just collapse. Yeah, that'd be it.
I still want
Well-
Hasbulla versus Abdu more than anything.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
All right, guys. Here's one thing I was thinking about. So you guys are saying like, oh, the randomizer to create a spectacle, basically.
Right.
What if instead of that, for stuff like UFC, for example, they all right, they pull some like let's say there's some 2 rowdy ass bitches in the crowd. All right, and like yo, you guys are going crazy.
But it's like,
How about you two
Dude,
go to
Marcus
the ring
Stewart,
right
dude.
now and fight in front of all of us?
you get a fight, you get a title,
And you get a fight.
you get a
And-
title shot. Oh,
and
you're
then
talking
obviously-
shit? Okay.
No,
That's like
and
some Black Mirror
and then,
shit.
listen.
Dude.
So this will be like the super amateur ring, basically to the point where like whoever wins gets to stay on,
This should be
and
this should
tour
be
around
Dana
for the
White's
next
contender
match.
series.
And then eventually you'll have this, and then you'll have your spectator champion.
Yeah.
And instead of like the kiss cam, they have like the knockout cam.
yeah,
It's
it
like,
goes up
who's
and you're just
gonna
like,
be
oh
next?
shit, and all your boys
Someone
are like,
fucking
yeah.
just text somebody from the crowd.
Yeah. Dude,
Dude.
you would have like a Hunger Games scenario where like the first
Yeah.
person gets picked and you're like, let's go, and the second person gets picked, they're like, oh fuck.
And it's like they have contracts ready at the ring.
Yeah.
They sign it and they fucking go in, close as is.
We should just start our
And
own.
just-
That's
Dude,
it.
No, we
That would
can't
be
do
so
that.
cool.
Yeah, we could start our own promotion.
There's no
Imagine
way
that.
that would be sanctioned.
What
It
would we
takes
call
like
it?
it takes
Dude,
like a few
Nevada.
days.
Come on.
That's true.
Hey, Chris, we're talking about fun hypothetical scenarios.
No,
Don't be
we'll-
too.
we'll-
Let's
Let's
go
just
to Mexico and
We'll
do
go
it.
to Nevada. They allow everything out
If
there.
Jeff Whittick can fight people on the beach, we can set up a ring. and
So
have
what
people
would
duke
our
it out.
what would our promotion be called?
Random KO.
Boys and gamblers.
Random kid.
RKO UFC. RKO UFC. Yeah. No, I mean, we could just be like in your face and just call it like KO FC.
That's stupid.
But that makes me think of KFC, and I don't like that.
Dude, I love that.
I don't know.
We can get a sponsor.
And if you win, you get a bucket of chicken.
Yo, guys.
Let's just end that Let's just end that one right there.
No, wait, no. I was gonna say. How about for our next segment? Whoever comes up with the best name when we
Okay.
leave,
Okay.
that's
I like
what we
that.
should go for.
We'll think of something, yeah. So, another thing quickly on that same topic. Obviously, 274 is coming up.
What?
At the beginning of May, UFC 274. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be
Who's on it again?
fucking nuts. It is. Well, the headliner is Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje,
Okay.
and then the co-main is Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza, and then Michael Chandler fights Tony Ferguson, and Cowboy Cerrone fights as well, and there's a lot.
Why don't we go one by one and just see what everybody thinks?
So I
Right
actually
off the
have that
bat.
right here,
Yeah.
but I want to say too, there's another UFC event between now and then, but nobody. It's Font and Vera fighting, and I'm a huge Font fan, but nobody is talking about it. It's like how people go straight from like Halloween to Christmas, and Thanksgiving's just like what the fuck. Like, that's how unlucky for them to be the headliner for a card like that.
It's tough.
Just wedged between two like huge
Two
cards.
big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's name them off.
Yeah, I'll run it. So, I'm saying Cowboy loses.
Well, no,
I'm starting at the bottom of the
Wait,
card
no,
going
no.
up.
Like Cowboy versus who?
Joe Lozon.
What's his record?
I don't know.
Last time Cowboy fight, he got smashed.
They haven't
so
released the odds and stuff for the two bottom fights yet.
I'll take Cowboy losing. Yeah.
I think he's washed at this point. And then,
I think he's getting ready for his BKFC contract. He's gonna go fight bare knuckle right after this.
honestly, I could maybe see that.
You
Or
might even go into like just submission grappling again, because I know he's done a couple of those matches. So yeah,
He might even
Cowboy,
go into like
It breaks my heart.
full on cow herding.
He might go back to the herd.
Back to the farm, yeah.
Back to the
And then there's another fight in between there. It's a light heavyweight. I don't really know who either of the guys are that much, but I have a prediction on that one as well. I'll throw it up at the end.
who is it?
Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson is the next one.
I don't know either of them, but I'll just take Chandler because I like the way the name sounds.
Okay.
Honest.
Tony
honest.
Ferguson is the guy with the fucking stupid sunglasses every time you see
Bro.
him.
Oh, fuck that guy. He's
Okay.
gonna lose.
Okay.
Dude, you know he went to Grand Valley State?
Fuck that guy. He's a loser.
What an idiot. Yeah, he went to Grand Valley State. I guess he wrestled there on their club team. Maybe they had
What
a
a
team
loser.
back then. I'm not
No one
sure.
cares.
So,
No one cares. Move on.
yeah, well, I mean, that's an interesting
relevant
one, though.
anymore.
So, they both lost their last fight.
Hey,
Cowboy's gonna win.
You think Cowboy's going to
Yes,
win this fight?
Yeah.
Yo, our video froze. I'm not sure if that's
It did. I don't know.
so,
What?
Our video
I see you guys. I see you guys.
Are we moving around still, or?
It's different.
Yes.
It's
I can
different.
see you guys.
There's another program running here that has to. Oh yeah, it just fell asleep. Okay, we're good. We're back in business.
So
Yeah,
you think Cowboy wins, and then so we're on to the Chandler and Ferguson fight.
yeah. They're both coming off a loss, right?
Hey, I already said that I already had my vote for the
Oh.
other fight, so I'm putting my vote in the next fight. I'm
I
just
would
skipping
love
ahead.
to see Ferguson win, but after he had his leave of absence and then he came back and he lost, I think that was just so disappointing, and I don't think he's the favorite actually. Ferguson is.
Ferguson's the favorite over Chandler
By a
Oh,
lot.
No, that's
It's like he's like minus 400 right now.
no.
Yeah.
Chandler's gonna beat his ass.
I think so, too.
I love Ferguson.
I thought Chandler was gonna win his last fight, but then he almost got knocked out, and then he couldn't recover.
But like Habib said, after you take a punishment from somebody like Gaethje or Poirier, like you're never the same. And he's honestly never gonna be the same. He's like very unorthodox, but Chandler's wrestling is, I think, is better. I think Chandler's wrestling's better, and I think he's got more knockout power. I think,
Yeah, I
Tony-
think you're right. I think Ferguson's more of a wild card,
yeah.
but I don't think he has it in him anymore to compete with the top guys. And that's shitty to say, but like
Hmm.
it happens, right?
Yeah, so I definitely got Chandler on that one.
That's what I'm saying
How
too.
about you, Ethan?
Who's the next one?
The next one is the Thug Rose Esparza
Oh,
fight.
Thug Rose all day.
Yeah,
She's
she's
My
a,
girl.
She's the favorite. It's
Yeah.
it's close. So
Doug Rose is a god.
it's
Yes.
minus 180, minus 150, or minus 180 plus 150.
Okay.
Doug Rose easy win.
I think she is.
I'll say knockout.
She's an icon already.
Knockout.
I mean,
I think we'll see our first. I'll see our first major knockout with her.
Yeah,
Okay.
her first major knockout, not the.
No.
Not first knockout, but I
Well,
would say
'cause
first
she-
actually entertaining knockout.
Didn't she beat that Chinese bitch
Yeah,
last time?
she knocked her out.
Like,
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
dang.
yeah, it was,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
wasn't like a whole
Guys,
bunch of shit.
we're getting more exciting fights with the girls than the guys. Let's be real here.
Well, so, well, we're gonna say that. I think we're all going Thug Rose, but then the next fight is Oliveira and Gaethje, which is I'm just like the fanboy in me is excited that this fight is happening right now, because like how fucking cool is that? But also, I mean, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? Like Oliveira's the title holder right now.
Not for long.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Habib what he did to Gaethje. He just took him down.
Yeah.
Gaethje was scared the
It
entire
was just
time.
process for him.
I think it's really up to Gaethje. Can he keep the distance? Can he keep the fight on the feet? If he can do that, I think he can pull this win off. What were the odds on that one?
That one's close too. Minus 170 plus 150. Oliveira.
Oliveira's the favorite? Okay. Well,
Just
he is the
barely.
champion.
Ever since he got his sleeves totally blasted, he just looks so much cooler in the ring. He went from being a pizza guy to being a fucking badass. out there.
So
I'd like to see Gaethje win.
yeah.
I would too. I'd like to see either of them win, but I think Oliveira had this big like rise to fame, like this huge like conquering moment for him in his country, and I think he just needs to kind of go back to like being in the UFC now. Like he can't be the fucking hero every single time he fights, right? So
I'll be here for my country. I'll be great success.
I mean, you love to see Gaethje pull off a win too, because I've been waiting so long for him to get another good fight. Because every fucking time we're watching a fight, they cut to the stands. The first person they show every time is him. So
Yeah, Gaethje Chandler was a war.
that was crazy.
That was a war. I don't know how much damage he took, long-term damage, because Gaethje's always like that brain-dead look where he's just like, hey, I'm smashed.
Yeah, pretty
so,
much.
I don't know. Is that going to affect him going forward in this fight? I think he can just dish out endless amounts of punishment without taking any. So, I think Gaethje wins.
Is that like going through life drunk? And you're like that level of like.
Yeah, you're
just-
punch drunk.
You're floating through every day like.
I mean, they definitely are fucking taking years off of their lives. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
So, well, that's me on that.
Ooh.
Oh, let me see what I got. I don't know what I have.
That's me on that.
Who you got, Nathan, for that one? Gaethje or Chandler?
Don't care.
Gaethje.
Wait, no, I said Chandler's gonna lose.
Yeah, well, it's Gaethje and Oliveira, not Chandler.
Yeah, you're just dumb.
I was gonna say we were talking about that. I don't know. I don't have enough research to make an educated guess on this one.
Educated.
I think. I don't know. I have it right now. My prediction is Oliveira winning and riding that hype train.
Yeah.
I think he's a younger fighter in the league, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think the move isn't to do a parlay and just do like separate bets all the way down.
Oh, I'm probably gonna run a parlay.
Parlay, it's just like it's so hard to get all of them right. And then you got some.
I will literally get my coworkers who don't watch UFC but do a lot of sports betting. I've started getting them into it, and I'll occasionally like stream free fights on Discord and stuff.
Turning everybody who degens.
Yeah, so I'm like I will literally give them a parlay of like it's gonna be a second round TKO. Like I'll literally go that deep on all 5-6 fights.
Good results.
And then how often are you right?
Dude, I'll go 4 for 5 or 5 for 6 most of the time. The
Close.
I don't
and
sports
then
bet, so
the small bets are doing in between like what round it's gonna go and the time and it's stoppage or whatever. Like
So
those are harder to predict.
So instead of doing 4 or 5, no, instead of doing 5 or 6 round bets, you should do a 3-line parlay bet instead of those ones.
nah, just max that shit out. Fuck it.
There's a guy I know. He does the whole card every time, and he does
That's what I'm saying.
he does
Fucking throw the prelims in there too. Fuck it.
he doesn't do it by like round or anything. He just picks like the winner, and then he does a whole parlay. And one time he was one away.
Oh.
And, yeah.
That's what I'm
Got
saying,
out
dude.
of
If
there.
you
That's
get
wild.
the prelims in there and you fucking.
But he's
run that
never
thing-
won, and he only drops like $10 each time, and it's like, okay, but like that's just burning $10.
It is, but the chances.
Yeah, I think it was
Not to be
something
one of
like,
those people.
I
But
think it
the
was like an
chances-
$1,800 payout if he gets it one
Yeah,
time.
I think just like the thrill of like fuck it, dude. I'd spend $10 on like this. How much more invested are you in the whole thing at that point?
I take the easy money all day.
But then, like-
that's one of the reasons I like betting is because it's like you're so much more invested. It's like that's why I do fantasy football, because there'd be a game on Sunday that I wouldn't give a shit about, but I have
True.
players on that team and I'm like, fuck, I want to watch this.
No, dude, the movie theater though.
Oh, that
Fuck.
shit was different. That shit was different.
How
bro.
many people were there?
Oh, I mean, there was like a decent amount of people.
It was
there.
like it was mostly groups of either two or three or four.
Yeah.
And it was like no one would be right in front of you. They'd be the next row. Same thing behind, and then on the sides it would be like group on each end, group in the middle.
Dude, it's
So it was you had like plenty of fucking room, tons of privacy.
it's like a no-brainer though. It's like pay for $100 to watch the fight at home, or you pay $25 a person. You go to the movie theater, you watch it on a fucking massive screen.
It was on the EMAX too.
Yeah, the EMAX, bro, it was crazy.
With the
And-
Dolby Cinema speakers
So,
and
What's
shit.
the next one? Is it May 7th? We were talking about that. We're gonna
May
do-
7th.
Yeah, it's the same weekend as Doctor Strange.
hit
We
Doctor
can
Strange
make
the
it
day
like
of.
my birthday night. if
Yeah,
people wanna do that.
that'd be
Doctor
hype.
Strange, then right into UFC.
You fucking
Yes.
losers.
That way, Gabs can't.
If you're not
If we
invited
make
anyway.
it my birthday thing, Gabs can't say shit. We can
She
do whatever
can't.
we want. It's perfect.
She's
yeah.
already going to Doctor Strange, so that
Yeah,
could
yeah.
So,
So, or we could just make it
Literally-
a guys' night for UFC.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
All I'll say is this: you Doctor Strange, and then I have to dip back to fucking over here because I have to work the next day.
Okay.
oh man,
Okay.
Dude, you
well,
guys,
yeah, go for
you
it.
guys think there's gonna be a bunch of crazy cameos in Doctor Strange? They already showed.
Yeah.
Gotta scroll down to my Marvel movies category.
Dude, well, well, they already
already got
showed
into that.
fucking what's his face, Patrick Stewart as Professor X. in the
Professor
trailer.
X.
Yeah, they already showed him in the trailer.
Illuminati.
The X.
He's X gonna give it to you. Gonna give you this Rogaine. Well, they've already teased him in the trailer alone. So it's like, okay, who else is in the movie? I think.
Yeah, no,
Sam,
I agree.
Dude, Sam
Tom
Raimi.
Cruise.
Dude, Sam Raimi directing. Toby has to show up as Spider-Man, at least for like 10 seconds, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also,
I don't
we
know if it's a
definitely need
guarantee, but I would say it'd be cool if he did.
We definitely need to put Chris in the middle next time, just from volume levels. Yeah, I'm interested to see too. I saw that thing on Twitter that was like, apparently like the director like confirmed a statement that he put the black suit Spider-Man in the movie because he wanted to see it like reimagined or whatever. And I was like, that doesn't seem real to me.
That would be fucking
That sounds
cool.
fake.
Like that would
That
never
sounds
leave.
so fake.
That would never. The director
First off,
would never.
Raimi
release
did
a
not even
statement.
want that in the movie. He didn't even want that in Spider-Man 3.
Well, they said it was because Raimi wanted another shot at that arc. But I'm like, A, they would never release that info, and B, they don't have enough time in this fucking movie to do a whole arc on Spider-Man after we
then-
just got a Spider-Man
Because
movie.
it's barely 2 hours long. It's
Yeah.
like 2 hours and 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How do you
There's a
guys,
whole
how
lot
do you guys
of-
feel about that? Like 2-hour superhero movies.
Fuck
Should
it,
all
dude.
superhero movies be 3 hours?
I'll be in there for 4 hours.
Yo.
I don't think they all should be.
Well-
Origin stories and stuff
well,
like that.
Alright, not
Well-
Eternals, but like
Mo-
all
mo-
the other.
I haven't even seen that.
Whoa.
Morbius felt
It's
like it
only
was
2
4 hours
hours
long.
and 6?
Alright.
Bro.
Morbius or Eternals?
I haven't
Eternals
seen
all
either.
day.
Haven't seen
Eternals
either.
all day, every day.
Really?
Are you-
I felt
Are
like
you kidding me?
Eternals
Morbius
so
was
cringe.
garbage. It's like the people who made that movie didn't care. They literally made it like, oh, we have some cool ideas. Yeah, fuck that. Let's throw it out the window.
What was
And
the
let's-
turnoff?
just-
Was it the CGI? Was it the story? Was it the acting?
It's literally everything. The actors didn't give a shit. Okay? It's like they had good story elements and then they completely dropped them. So not only did it fail as like actors didn't care. Jared Leto, I'll give him credit, he did try. He did try to convey his stuff. But in the end,
I mean, he got the cover
it
of Men's Health
fails
this month, so-
overall as a movie.
Winning.
It's just pacing's all over the place. Story has elements of good things and then just throws them out the window.
Thinking about the Morbius
CG's
movie,
garbage.
dude, just thinking about it just gives me anxiety. It makes me irritated. I wasted 2 hours of my life going to
It
see
was
it.
that long?
Dude, it was over 2 hours. It was
Jesus
it was
Christ.
retarded, bro. It was so bad.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
like, dude, like I love pretty much all superhero movies, but Morbius was like it wasn't even watchable.
Well, that's why because I had plans to go see it,
It was so-
but I
yeah.
literally didn't because I've never heard you say that a superhero movie was fucking terrible before. And when you said that, I was like, there is no way
Dude,
I'm going to see that in the
It was
theater.
it was that bad, dude. I was high as fuck when I was watching that movie.
And it was still
And
bad.
it was still that bad. I was like,
Oh.
I feel like I'm sitting here for like 4 hours right now,
That is tough.
Dude, you felt like you were in hell, didn't you?
dude. I
You
was
felt you're literally like, I'm trapped here.
I was
I've
in the
never felt like the
leftovers.
urge to leave early before, but
Dude,
goddamn.
No, thank you.
Would you rather rewatch Morbius or rewatch the entire season 1 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 100%. Don't
Like-
even question it.
like
Nah.
like binging or like
Binging,
Like
no
in one
commercials.
day?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd rather binge that shit than at least it had a cohesive story and actually had some interesting elements to it. Unlike Morbius, which had cool stuff and then threw it out the window.
yeah. Sorry, I was
Oh,
getting
wow.
a little bit of peeking. Yo, keep an eye on the thing too to see if it freezes because I'm like so out of my element that I'm like not paying attention. But
You're in the back.
It does freeze a little bit, that's fine.
TV died too.
you know. I think the light still looks good though, right?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it'll look good in post too.
Yeah.
We'll just fix it in post, everybody. It's fine. All right. So while we're just talking about random shit, I was thinking.
It wasn't random.
Well,
We're
to
talking
finish
about
out
Marvel.
Marvel, so I had this note in here. There's a couple things that I want to talk about for Marvel. One is, are the TV shows like too hit and miss
Dude,
to really be viable
I was thinking about this
in the long term?
Okay. So think about it like this: for like the group plan that we're on, for like the money that I pay Nathan per year, for the subscription,
God.
it's worth it.
For anybody listening, the
Shh,
executives,
don't tell them
we
that.
don't
Disney doesn't need to
password
know that
share.
shit.
Yeah, we don't.
Nobody
password share.
No,
shares.
we're on a family plan. We all fuck each other. It's fine. But
That's true.
That's not what the
It's-
family plan's supposed to do. Ah!
Sweet
That's
home
the
Alabama,
Alabama
baby.
plan.
Get the
No.
Pornhub premium.
so we're on the family plan because we're family, and
Yeah, we went to Olive
yeah,
Garden.
yes, we went to Olive
Yeah.
Garden.
Classy brunch.
There might have been some roofies, you know.
Oh my god.
There might have been some dry
There might have
pussy,
been
but
some-
it's
That
okay.
makes sense.
Well, but
Okay,
so
get to the point. Get
all right,
to the
when you
point.
think about it
Let's
for like the
stop.
value that we're getting when you're on a family plan, it works.
It's worth
but-
it, yeah.
But like what I would do, like if I wasn't, I would wait for the end of every single year when all the shows come out. I would pay $5 for a month. I would fucking binge every show in that month, and then I would cancel it.
That's fair. Or you could even pick and choose what ones you wanted to fuck with because
Right.
like the thing is they announced these huge fucking timelines with a ton of shows on it with like 10 or 12 or 14
Plus,
shows
everything
on it.
is getting fucking delayed right now.
Well, that's
so,
true too, but like
Yeah.
is it worth like me waiting for a new fucking Marvel show to come out when every other one has been great and every other one has been fucking terrible?
Right.
Like, is
Oh,
it even
no.
worth me getting excited for? And if there are people who only pay for Disney Plus for Marvel content, is it even worth paying for it?
Well, are you guys caught
Star
up
Wars
on?
too. You gotta talk about Star Wars as well,
What,
but
what,
Yeah, but I'm sure there are people who
Dude.
like Marvel but don't care about Star
Well,
Wars. I don't know who
yeah.
the fuck those people are, but
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Are you
there's
guys all caught up?
content galore.
Are you guys all caught up on Moon Knight?
I haven't
Yeah.
started.
See, that's the thing. Like,
Yes,
you can't
Moon
talk
Knight's
about
great.
it unless people have all seen it.
I haven't
Yeah.
started.
What are you gonna wait till the end of the year when you guys all binge it together? Like, or do you want to be part of the conversation?
I
right
told
now?
you guys to watch that shit early.
So
In fact, I
I-
literally told
but-
Gabs to start watching that.
I have an answer to that question. Like, I would rather have a show spoiled for me
Right.
and know that it was good than
Right.
watch 10 shows and have half of them be fucking terrible.
Dude.
Like, I would rather have somebody spoil something from it for me throughout the year, but, like, know what shows I want to watch and what shows I don't. Because, like, I don't, like, in college, I could binge 2 full shows in a day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh.
now I barely fucking have time to watch 1 episode a night. So it's
Right.
like, I'm not gonna watch a show that everyone I know said was dog shit. even if they spoiled the end for me.
You know, one thing I've noticed, like the Marvel TV shows, besides like What If was different because it was like animated and it felt like the intentions were way different in that show. But like
I still couldn't get through it.
so I thought the live action. I thought the live action ones were like a way less of like a standard of what the movies were held to.
Well, and I think that's
No.
fair too.
Dude, I mean, like
Okay.
when I watch a show, the movies are so much better compared to what I think what the shows feel like. You know, like after I finish an episode, I'm like, yo, that was like cool, but like after I watch a movie, I'm walking out of the theater and I'm like nutting out of my eyes.
But I think it's
Like-
fair to not hold them to that standard. And
Right.
like,
Yeah, you can't hold them to that standard. They're two completely different mediums. In fact, the one thing that they're trying to do with the shows is to give you a more fleshed out story with a more grounded tale as compared to the movies which are more grandiose,
but
more exciting,
but when you compare
more
like
expansive.
But when you compare like Daredevil to Moon Knight, Daredevil is better in every single fucking way.
Okay, here's the thing about Moon Knight and Daredevil. One, they're completely different shows. Like, literally the tone's different. They're directed completely different. One's a mature show. One's more of a more edgy PG-13-ish show, but they're still trying not to push the boundaries. Also, they talk about completely different subject matter. Like, Daredevil's like literally the definition of grounded. You were getting the gritty reality of Hell's Kitchen. Whereas Moon Knight, you're getting the psychological warfare going on between Steven and Mark. And the battle, not between them as they learn to grow together, but also the introduction of the Marvel gods on their own. They're trying to do a lot of things at once. And I will give Moon Knight credit. One, Oscar Isaac does a phenomenal job in that show. Granted, there's not many things you can find him he does a terrible job in. But I'll say the way that he depicts the two different characters, how he talks to himself, it's reminiscent of Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man 1 with those Green Goblin sequences where he's talking to himself in the mirror.
True.
It's the same type of sequences that's happening. And Oscar Isaac does a great job. And I think the story arc that they're telling right now is actually interesting. Moon Knight is an interesting character on its own. And the one sad thing I will say is Moon Knight is only supposed to be one season long.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and I think like it's okay. Oh, hello TV. I think it's okay for the shows not to be like held to the same standard as the movies because you can't even hold the movies to the same standard as the movies anymore. Like, and that's the other thing I was going to talk about too is like the post Endgame, like the post Endgame future for the MCU. Like everybody's standard for Marvel movies just went through the fucking roof. So it's like, what does it look like now when you have a movie like Morbius that like a lot of people I know who watched it said it wasn't bad, but they just couldn't help but hold it to like in comparison to movies like Endgame and like the new Spider-Man movie. Like we just have these fucking juggernauts coming out.
It's the same thing with like Eternals, right?
I enjoyed Eternals.
But like it wasn't connected at all.
It's all right.
There was no
Yes,
like.
it was.
It wasn't.
Yes, it was.
What do you mean it was connected?
They
What
had references,
character-
my guy.
What?
Thanos, my dude.
They mentioned it, and they mentioned okay.
Thanos' brother is Harry Styles, bitch.
What?
Thanos' brother is Harry Styles, his character.
In Eternals?
If you,
Very
yes,
end.
yes, they
Oh,
are
at the,
literally brothers.
at the very end they tied in, but I'm saying like throughout the whole movie, there's nothing related. They mentioned like a couple offs. They're like,
Okay.
oh, why didn't you help save the world? Oh, that was minor. You didn't notice that like half the world's population is gone? That wouldn't affect like, you guys all saw that, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Eternals, no,
Oh,
but
man.
fuck it. I'm literally.
Okay.
I guarantee when I go home tonight, I'm gonna watch the Canadian Lads 25% speed breakdown of it because I just fucking.
I don't
can't
think
be
he
asked
even
to
did one on
speed.
Eternals, to be honest,
He
because
did.
no one gave a shit about it.
No, he did. He did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Just watch the movie. Make your own
They wouldn't
opinion
notice
on
that
one.
half of like the intelligent life is gone. That wouldn't
That
like,
movie's
put a
art.
damper.
It was universe wide.
But
It was
Oh, okay,
universe
yeah,
wide.
it was
so
universe
doesn't
wide.
fucking make any sense.
again,
That doesn't
okay.
make any sense.
Nathan's cringing hard.
I can't even justify the actions of the Eternals because in the end, like, just like how in the with Moon Knight right now with the Marvel gods and stuff, when they created Thanos destroying half the universe without thinking about a future plan ahead, they created one issue, and that is, what are the Marvel gods of sorts? The gods what are they doing? Why are they stopping this stuff? Why are they letting it happen? They aren't coming up with good explanations. I don't think they realize, well, shit, if we're gonna introduce them in, we gotta come up with a realistic reason as to why they did not interfere at all. And with Moon Knight and stuff, they're not really giving us explanations yet, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they're just introducing them. The show still has a couple more weeks left to figure things out. But with Eternals, I don't know. Again, I didn't think Eternals was that good of a movie, to be honest. It's a very artistic film, and it's very beautiful. But is it a good Marvel film? I would not say it's a good Marvel film. I'd almost argue Captain Marvel might be a little better.
No way, Jose.
I don't know, dude.
It's just tricky.
I don't
because,
know.
Like, we just keep getting, and even with the shows, like we'll have a really good show, and then we're like, oh, this next show's gonna go hard, and then it doesn't, and we're like, well, it's fucking garbage.
Well, dude, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they were like, oh, this is gonna be like Captain America, Winter Soldier vibes, and that's like my favorite Marvel movie of like all time.
It's one of the best. By far.
It's like the best solo one before they started to make group movies with like duos and trios and stuff. I mean, you could even say it's like a duo movie like with like Falcon a little bit, but it's like when they're like, yo, this is gonna be like that movie's vibe, and that was like a political thriller that had like a massive twist that it was gold. It was so good. It's the Russo Bros first one. I was like, yo, it's gonna be just like that. And then when they set that to that standard for me, I was like, okay, it's gonna be fucking sweet. And then it didn't hit as hard as.
Well, they did a lot of reshooting because of, like, the pandemic, and it was like that was supposed to be one of the reasons why they brought back like killing everybody. They were gonna release like a plague or something, so they had to really cut. I think they cut like one of the main bad people too.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't remember the other things.
Or did they change the bad guy or something like that?
I think that's what they did.
Yeah.
But no, I thought by far that was still one of the best Marvel shows that they put out. I hated Hawkeye so much.
I didn't even watch it.
Really?
I felt like it was just like Christmas themed, and that was his identity. And it was just like nothing important happened.
See, I really like Yelena, so whenever she pops up,
That's
I'm
the
like,
thing. It's like the Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
The Mandalorian saved Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That doesn't make the whole season,
right.
though, does it?
Right. True.
It did, though.
No.
I like Hawkeye's
We're gonna talk
character
about
and
Book
Haley
of Boba Fett.
Steinfeld. I
Oh
thought
my
they were
gosh. I really want to talk about Book of Boba Fett. We have not
Haley
talked about it like
Steinfeld's
100%.
I hope her
Like,
character's
I
not
really
bad.
want to
I
talk
liked
about
her in
that.
Bumblebee. I
It's,
like her music. I liked her in Hawkeye. I thought she
I
was
didn't
fun.
even see Bumblebee.
Somebody on
Wait,
Twitter.
who are we talking about?
Somebody on
Who are we
Twitter
talking about?
said.
We're talking about Haley Steinfeld.
Somebody on Twitter said she shouldn't let a day go past without apologizing for her performance in Bumblebee.
Oh my god.
And if
dude.
that isn't the
Bumblebee?
truest thing, dude, she's a very talented actress, and I get that. But that doesn't mean like you have to like phone it in, right? I felt like
Yeah.
her performance in Hawkeye was like her fault, but it was also like everyone involved. It was just so bad.
I didn't think she did a bad job, to be honest. She really didn't do a bad job.
No.
Hawkeye was entertaining enough. She actually did a good job in Hawkeye. She played a good Kate Bishop.
Good enough, Kate Bishop.
I would say better than most. I don't know anyone else who could do a better job for what she was given.
You know what I have done though? I've seen the Batman 4 times now.
Damn, bro.
And think about it, it's like a 3-hour movie. That's 12 hours of Batman. Dude,
I
every
mean, did you
time.
hear about the guy who broke the record for watching Spider-Man
Dude,
No Way Home
that's
4,000
insane,
times?
That's fucked up.
The record for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That shit is insane.
Dude,
Dude,
that is
he
sickening.
broke that record.
What did he do?
he watched Spider-Man
he
like
broke his own
292
record.
times.
Oh my god.
Dude,
In theaters.
that is so.
In
In a
theaters.
row?
That is twisted.
Like
man.
like while it was in theaters, he watched it 292 times.
Like in a row.
Like
Well, I imagine.
like probably.
Well,
in
dude,
a
it was
row.
only in theaters for like 2 weeks. So yeah, pretty
No,
much.
it was in theaters for a few
He
months.
called his boss. He's
Dude.
like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need some time off."
Like
dude."
that's like spending every waking hour of your off time like watching Spider-Man. Like you get out of one show and you're like, boom, I'm gonna watch it again.
dude, but like that many times. Is
Yeah, 292
is
times,
Sick,
yeah.
dude. He's sick in the head.
That's nutty.
That is
Dude.
crazy.
He did that to break the record because one, he had the previous record before with Avengers Endgame. Keep that in mind. He broke the record with Endgame, a 3-hour-long movie, and then some other guy broke the record with another movie. So he's like, you know what, bitch, I'm gonna do it again with Spider-Man. What are you gonna do about it, huh? And if you do it again, if you break my record, guess what? I'm gonna come back and spend another $7,000 on a movie just so I can sit there and watch it from the duration when it
literally.
starts to 2 to 3, 4 months later, when I've been living in the fucking theater it's been playing in, nonstop, eating, pissing, shitting in that seat, watching it back to back to back to back to back to back to back times.
Just imagine he's like hooked up to the movie theater Wi-Fi, like doing work from.
Yeah, he's like doing work from home. Oh my god, the movie's
He's in the
just
top.
fucking going.
He's in the top left, right-hand corner of the
Yep.
theater, just like working
Yep.
on his shit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude.
That guy's so fucking cool, man. Like, save
He
some
has no,
pussy.
he for the record, he
Save
has to
some
watch
pussy
it
for the
start to
rest of us.
beginning to
Yeah,
end.
but-
No
Fucking
breaks. He can't have breaks. He wasn't allowed to have,
Dude,
he's
all
not allowed to
gas,
have
no
breaks.
breaks.
All
He
gas, no
literally had to
breaks,
sit
yeah.
there and watch it
That's
through
right.
and through,
That's channel everything.
beginning to end, no bathroom breaks, anything. That was the
Great man,
stipulation
dude.
behind the record. So he literally watched it 292 times, fully from beginning to ending of post to literally black screen after post credit scenes,
That's-
292 times.
That's crazy.
Like, I was looking into it. I'm like, one, financially, that's a stupid
Yeah,
investment.
dude drained his 401k just to watch Spider-Man.
I think he like spent like at least a few grand on it. At
Dude,
least
probably like
No,
10.
it was. It was $4,000. I think it was $4,000.
$4,000 in movie tickets.
Imagine if he was getting like popcorn and
Nuts.
drinks
Well, I
and
get
stuff
the
too.
endless bucket.
Oh,
Maybe he got to him.
And at this point, the movie theater is just like, maybe he works at the theater.
He probably does. He's
Yeah.
got to.
That's a
No,
good
he
idea.
doesn't. He didn't work for the theater.
Okay. Well, he
No,
does
I mean, he
now.
kind of did.
He does. He does. No, it's like in SpongeBob. He pays them to work.
Dude, no, for Batman though, let me tell you, like when you like think about like Batman as like a character, it's like it's like this is year 2 as like Batman, when like oh it's actually the one down there, Chris. It's, like the one
shit.
it's on the floor.
Oh, the white one?
Yeah. So if you just
What's he
move
doing?
it, there you go.
Ah,
All right, there we go. We're good now.
You want to just bring
So-
it up here?
Yeah, I was charging.
charging it.
Here, you can unplug it. You're good.
It's probably good now. It's been
Yeah, here,
it's
unplug
been
it.
plugged in since I got
Yeah,
here.
you're good. So like so like with Batman, where it's like, you know, when you think about like the mental problems that like Batman has, like, you know, going through like this movie, like he never got over his parents, like he's like
Antisocial disorder.
Like-
He's antisocial. He also has PTSD.
yeah, dude, PTSD. He's spending every single night fighting as Batman. It's like he has the money. Why would he give a fuck as being Bruce Wayne when he can just go beat the shit out of people every single night for like fucking fun, pretty
Yeah,
much.
the way that they showed like his like why he was doing it.
Right, and it's like when you see the relationship between like him as Alfred, where it's like Alfred's not a dad, like he was an ex-military guy, like working for like the British government, who protected rich dudes, and like the parents ended up dying, and he's just like the only person that this kid has left, and that's it. And you see like all of like it's like so much more of like a realistic take, and then with all like the fucking like whatchamacallit, like the behind the scenes that I've seen, like with you know, like the scene where he flies off the police building,
Yep.
like when he like zips up in his
the
suit.
funny scene.
Dude, no, when he,
Why did people laugh? It was so
I didn't,
weird.
dude. Well,
Why did
dude,
people laugh in the theater?
all of that scene
I
was
thought
like
it was funny.
like
I
90%
thought it
of
was
that
funny
scene.
when he absolutely fell and got shit on.
Well, dude, think
Oh,
about it.
that's
It's year
hilarious.
2 Batman. He's gonna eat shit. Like so.
But
like,
it's still funny. No,
no, what was sweet about that scene when he like pulls the ripcord on his suit, that was practical effects
it actually does it.
that like zipped
Oh,
around.
I know. I saw the footage.
And,
Mother.
and then get this. So like when he was flying in like the suit, like that was like
Did you
CG.
just light a candle?
He's like lighting bowls and
I got,
shit.
I got in that Batman mood, so I had to light a candle.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
gothic style.
Well,
you
dude.
know?
Well, when he's flying, so when they fly, and they put like a fan, and like they make it look like, you know, he's flying with like the CGI and stuff. But that part where he hits the bus and he falls, that was also practical.
Actually
effects.
happened. He
Right.
actually did it.
It was really fucking
It's
cool.
crazy. It's crazy.
And it's like,
Kudos to him though.
yeah, bro, dude, that's a like every time I've watched the movie, I like it more and more and more. Like it's just so good.
Dude, Robert Pattinson after that crash probably needed that jewel pod.
Oh, dude, 100%. He's like, oh, thank God.
He's like, I need to pop my little jewel out. I have to take that wee bit spill.
Yeah, he had to have someone do it because he couldn't.
Dude, Robert Pattinson just seems like a dude. Like a dude. Like a
Yeah.
guy you can just chill, have a beer with, and just
Dude.
talk to.
Robert Pattinson fucks. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then when, what was it, during the Twilight period when Kristen Stewart cheated on him with the fucking director who had an affair with his wife with her.
Oh man.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
No,
I
I
only
did
found out
not.
about that later. I think it was because there was an interview during like, the Batman times and they asked questions about that. And he's like, it happens, it hurts, and I just move on. And like, I'm like, dude,
Stew, not
This
K
man's a-
Stew.
what? Did you just look it up?
No, I was looking at my list.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. How
Oh,
about
yeah.
this? No masks on airplanes. How about that?
What a transition.
Dude.
Wow, dude.
Sign
That's
of
a very controversial topic, but I mean,
Dude.
everybody fucking wants to take off their fucking mask on a
Dude.
plane. What are you talking about?
Dude,
No one wants to be on there.
what's funny is when you're around different areas and you notice like different people wearing masks and shit. Like downriver in Detroit, nobody wears a fucking mask. You go to
Yeah.
like,
Go up north of that to like Lake St. Clair area.
dude,
Everybody's fucking wearing it in their cars and shit.
it's like you're in your fucking car driving by yourself with gloves and a mask on. You're just like, I'm doing my part. It's
Yeah,
like, yo,
what are you doing?
like Shitmer brainwashed you, dude. like,
yeah.
like who are you protecting right now?
Well, dude, it was awful when we were leaving Cancun. I know I told you guys, like, we had to, when we got on the plane, we had to wait for 2.5 hours before we even pushed back because they were doing work on one of the engines. And we had to wear a mask, and it was fucking hot, dude. It was like
Oh.
90 degrees and humid, and like they're pumping the AC in, but it can only do so much while we're
Right.
sitting there. And like, everyone has their windows open because they're trying to like snoop on everything, you know, and
Yeah.
the sun's just fucking cooking us. And we just had like 6 Long Islands and a cheeseburger at Guy Fieri's restaurant, and I'm just fucking ready to get home and take a nap. And I got this lady panicking in front of me and like yelling, and her husband's like trying to get off the plane because he doesn't want to deal with her. Meanwhile, I have to keep this mask on. Heaven forbid I take this mask off of my face.
It's gonna endanger somebody's life.
Yeah. We're about to fly
Yeah.
with 3 out of our 4 engines working because they're tired of fucking waiting. And heaven forbid I take my mask off. Yeah.
No, you know what we need? We need one guy that instead of getting the fucking, you know, like the dudes that have the rubber bullets in the planes, like fuck
the air
them.
marshal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like fuck.
Way to just diminish their whole job to the fucking smallest.
The fucking
thing.
mall
That's
cop in the
possible.
plane.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that pussy on the plane with the Nerf gun? Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Imagine instead of having one of him on every flight, you get one dude with the plain white tee and the fucking Burger King crown.
damn it.
Just
I
one.
knew that where this was going.
Just
No, you
one.
didn't do that.
You just get one flight. Depending on where you're going, you get something to trigger like the demographic of that
God.
race or those people that are going to that destination. It's like, yo, you're getting somebody that's going to Utah, boom, we get a Mormon offender. You're going to Detroit, boom, we get one of the classic Burger King. You're going to the Middle East, you can already imagine what I'm thinking.
God, how is this? How is this like doing the same function as an air marshal?
Because when everybody start to get upset, you just click a button and you tell that guy, it's time for you to do your part right now. And he just causes an uproar.
I feel like you would definitely need an air marshal on the plane.
And if think about it like this. You set it up. You have the air marshal take down that person. And it's like you let it build up for a couple minutes. Everyone's like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then the air marshal takes him down. And all of the Karens have something to talk about for the next 3 to 4 hours while the plane gets fixed and the flight lands. It's,
Yeah, like a
it's-
murder mystery plane.
it's
You know what?
genius.
You
It's
know
like
what?
Clue.
You
Great
really-
idea.
You really,
Let's
you
give
really pulled that together at the end. I
Dude,
was sitting here thinking, what the fuck?
it's a very incoherent, genius plan.
Yeah,
But
you got there.
Let's fill up more seats from these companies that are barely hanging on to life because they can't get anybody to fly. But let's give them dinner and a show.
Dude.
Yeah. Why
Exactly.
don't they just do like fuck the Burger King guy? That's the most unnecessary piece of this entire thing. Why don't we just do some like Murder on the Orient Express type shit? We don't need a Burger King guy.
And then then they get really hijacked. And everybody's like, "Whoa, this is very realistic." We're
Yeah,
like, "It's
exactly.
for real."
But then someone decides to be a hero because they think it's fake, and then they save
Yeah,
everyone.
Exactly. And you have both scenarios play out, and they both win because no one can bring weapons on an airplane. So it's like whether the air marshal wins or the civilians do, it's a win-win scenario.
Everyone goes home happy.
Exactly.
Everyone gets an award.
They all get a show. They all get something to talk about for the next few
Everyone
hours
gets a
and weeks on
participation
Facebook.
medal from the,
Exactly.
Thank you for doing your part. You get to be a junior air
And-
marshal.
They're gonna
And-
share it in their Our Town Matters Facebook
And
page.
and the people working in the shadows know just I got to do my job in peace because they're flipping out
Yeah.
about some crazy shit.
And they
it's
got to
not
troll
on us.
everyone.
Exactly.
Because people are gonna be like, I was on flight blah blah blah.
I was on flight 92 to Seattle. What was that? Did the Burger King man upset my race?
Conspiracy.
Dude.
What if they already do that? They've been doing it this whole time!
Maybe the lady in front of me panicking was what do they
Who's
call
all
that?
that?
What do they call that in comedy?
Crisis
when they-
actors?
A plant.
Oh.
It's like
I think we're having two different conversations over here. I'm already getting excited that Alex Jones is back on Twitter. Let's go!
Yeah, where's Donald Trump at? Come on now.
Nah, he's not going back to Twitter. He already said that. He's like, no, I want to stay with
He
my
said a
truth
lot of
social."
things.
Twitter. Guys, let's talk about Twitter for a second, shall we?
Dude, Donald Trump has never
Mr.
backed away
Elon
from
Musk.
statement he's made.
That big old deal
Yeah,
going down
that's-
right now.
It's exciting, man.
I just want my stonks to go like this.
It just goes to show that anyone can do anything.
Anything can happen.
Invest in Dogecoin right now because of. Well, actually, no. You should have invested about a week ago.
Yeah, you should have
Because
invested in Twitter.
as
about
soon
a
as that
month
deal
ago.
went through, Dogecoin went up 13%. I know, 13%.
I was trying to say
nuts.
sheesh really loud, but nothing came out of my tired voice. And it was
I
just
think you guys
awkward.
peaked because I couldn't hear you guys at all.
Yeah.
I saw Chris's lips moving, and I assumed he said, "Ooh, 13%."
Now they're both just really quiet.
Yeah,
in
but
person.
no sound came out. It was awkward.
I think we should do a mic check. We should all just do sheesh together. What do you guys think?
3, 2, 1.
Sheesh! Yeah, that peaked real
Hey,
bad.
there we go.
So
I'll say, my mic's right next to my face, so.
well, okay. So here's a little bit of a switch. Do you guys think that NFTs are pretty much dead?
No,
I mean,
I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck on NFTs.
I think for the moment they're in a bit of a low, but
Non-fuckable tokens.
I think you buy.
not the fuckable tokens.
I think you buy in the dip. You buy in the dip and you hold until it's
but
gold.
you're not buying
The
shit.
dip just keeps
Bro,
on
this
dipping.
isn't stocks, bro. This ain't stocks,
You're
okay?
not actually
We're talking
buying
about
it.
fucking pictures. Pictures
So-
on the
so-
blockchain.
Bro, dude,
Millions of people just.
Facebook
Dude, I'm
fucked it
telling you
up.
right now.
Facebook came out
He
with their
got
meta
so
shit.
into it, he's not even on the camera anymore. Oh, there he
Facebook
is.
Facebook got
Bro,
into their
shut
meta
the fuck
like
up.
way
NFTs
too
are
early.
stupid.
Like they're like, oh, like come to meta, and then like a couple of the people tried to ride the train, and like all like the real things that are happening with NFTs are all of a sudden like, you know, they're not getting like the attention that they should. Like, the
Yeah.
cool stuff.
No, I get that.
Like for example, like you can like buy an NFT of the what's his face, the guy that was on the show with Tim Allen, and you can like go golfing with him. I don't know.
When it's got a real world like usability, then it's got something like that. But why even need to put
Yeah,
that on the blockchain and transfer it?
Why don't you just put that on fucking Omaze or something?
That's
Let
just an
people bid
Omaze
on it.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They've run out of ideas. They're like, hey, it's a what is it? It's a problem in search of a solution.
Mhm.
Is what a lot of these cryptocurrencies in general are. But then like NFTs, you throw that into the mix, and it's like so many of these have been pumped by celebrities. Like the whole OpenSea market.
Right.
It's partly owned by one of the biggest talent agencies. So all of these actors and celebrities, they all have a vested interest in promoting fucking Bored Apes.
And they're the ones fucking it up right now. For
They're
all
just,
the-
you know,
Well, like
they're too dumb to realize what they're doing.
Right. Right. Like little do they know it's gonna end up in a fucking massive lawsuit or some shit, and you know.
Well, I'm not talking about the obvious scams. I'm talking about like the big projects, the Bored Apes or what have you, like the next big thing that's coming up, and you know, DJ Khaled owns one of these, and what's that guy? Jimmy Fallon,
I love
Paris
when they,
Hilton.
I love when they say in their ads like they're approved by Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'm like, who gives
Oh
a fuck?
It's
shit!
like-
I didn't know he was a financial wizard. Fantastic.
Oh, he's super smart.
Fuck,
when
he
it
can
comes to
kick a
finances.
ball filled with air, man.
It's like if
Sign me up.
It's like if I can buy something in the digital world that gives me like a real world use, like yeah, I'd buy that. But like, you know, when I think of like dumber shit that I spent like my money on, where it's like, yo, a Call of Duty skin. Why the fuck did I buy that? I can't even see my own skin in Call of Duty, except in the loading screen and when I teabag people. But other than that,
I can't see my own.
I like you know what I mean? Think about it, and that provides me no real use.
Right. Yeah.
And I spent money on it for no fucking reason.
You've been conditioned
Dude.
to do it.
Dude.
It's true.
Why is this relevant? Are we talking about wasting money? Because if that's the case, then NFTs are a prime example of that.
But no, I'm saying if you can get something like Gary V's, it's like the V Friends, like you buy one of the NFTs and you get into every single like Gary V owned restaurant and you get to go to his like big like fucking Bitcoin events or whatever.
I heard his restaurant
Yeah.
was shit.
I haven't heard.
Which is like, without even knowing it, everybody can just be like, yeah, I kind of guessed that. The
Man.
restaurant for only like, what, 400 people?
Okay,
Dude,
well,
dude, well, I mean the places where you can get 10 nuggets for $1. I
but
mean, like,
that,
and it,
that speaks volumes when most people are saying that like it's shit, is because like, especially with like restaurants and things where it's like part of going is the experience, not necessarily like the quality of whatever it is. So when like the novelty of it isn't even enough to like make it worth doing,
Yeah.
then you just know that it's fucking terrible.
Right. Or like say for example, like if they start turning like movie tickets into NFTs, or it's like when you go see Spider-Man opening night, you get an NFT of like Toby, Andrew, and Tom all in the same one.
Yeah, but
And,
that's not getting an experience
That's
with
just-
an NFT. That's getting an NFT with an experience.
and-
like just add it to shit.
Right, like I'm saying, like,
exactly.
wouldn't that be cool though?
That would
Dude,
be cool.
it's turning all of our photos into monetary gain, which, by the way, does not. If everybody just takes random shitty pictures and stuff over everything we do, there's gonna be so much on blockchain that's gonna have so little value over time because we're all gonna have different experiences and so all these different photos, and like, unless you're huge, like unless you're famous, most of your stuff is not gonna do anything. whatsoever.
Dude,
And-
well, do you remember like Rocket League when like people would sell like their accounts and shit if they had like a certain like tire or rim that was like ultra
why
rare
are
or
you saying
whatever?
past tense? Why are you saying past tense? This still happens.
That's still no. That's like the perfect example then because it's like
No,
you get
It's
no.
not.
It's like what? Because you
It's
have like
not the same.
no. I mean, that's like a game. If you can apply something like that to like real
Yeah.
life, but you get like a real life like benefit out of it, like a video game. Like as much as I love like video games, like it's just like I don't know. Like I would never pay
You-
10
you-
grand for
But
an
you're
account.
saying NFTs that also come with an experience when you buy them.
Think of it like when you play
That would be
Pokemon Go
better.
and it like just adds to your fucking Pokedex.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
I think that'd be sweet.
but not to be confused with just normal NFTs.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what we're-
Because
I mean,
normal
normal
NFTs don't
NFTs.
actually have any fucking real world function.
we'll put them in three things: art, tickets, and real world functions.
Yeah, but art is. I'm literally am an artist, and it pisses me off when people don't value the things that people spend a lot of time doing. So take that for what it is. But I'm about to say, art NFTs are fucking bullshit.
Well, dude, well that fucking
Yes, I agree.
so there's like no difference between those. So think about it like this: that Spider-Man poster that you're looking at up there right now, that one they only made like I think like 300 of them.
Is that display?
It's a poster.
It's by I forgot who it was by, but like
Is
they
that
only
the
made,
Iron Spider one?
no, it's the one from the game. So they
The
only
Doc Ock Spider.
yeah.
Doc
So,
Ock Spider.
so they only made like 300
That's
posters of those like art pieces. If you take the same thing, you apply it like digitally,
Yeah.
where it's like say for example, if they drop on like the COD marketplace, only 300 skins of a certain
Yeah, but no, I see what you're saying.
I
But at
wouldn't
the
care.
same time, there is a huge difference between physical and digital.
dude there is.
Yeah, there is. There is. First off, physical art takes a lot more talent than digital art,
Well, look,
which is why, like,
Well,
For example, like the Mona Lisa.
Well,
I mean,
somebody
stuff
made
like
that
that.
shit
That
on,
has
like-
a lot of time put into it.
well, I mean,
And it takes more skill.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
well, picture like this.
I
What-
would
what-
say it takes more skill to do
there's
that
more-
than does
there's
Not
more-
the popular ones.
But there's more involved, at least, in having like him
Yeah.
having this here right now, as opposed to it being on it. I think there's a lot more involved.
Or it's like, let's say, for example, what if they make like a frame, like a picture frame? You click a button and it lights up, and you put a USB. You download your digital fucking art, and it loads into like a 3D fucking art piece
See,
on that
that's
frame.
cool. That's cool.
And you're the
But
only-
how many people are fucking doing that?
Well, I'm saying is like, what, like that's the places that it could go.
But it's not accelerating
not there now.
towards
It's
that
not
at a
there
pace
now.
that I think is realistic. Nowadays, when shit is gonna happen, it's fucking right there.
Give it like 20 to 40
But do
years.
you
20
have
to 40 years.
You have
That's a long time.
Jeez, I will be dead in 40 years. What
Do
do
you
you
have the
mean?
exclusive right to use it though, or can just anybody save that JPEG?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
you know,
what
And
I'm
put it on
saying.
your wall.
right. I mean,
Are they gonna start going after people who start doing that and fucking doing clip art?
think about it?
Well, it's
yeah.
like when
I mean,
someone
people
has
steal
like
NFTs
their
all the time,
when
dude.
someone has their fucking ape as their like picture on Twitter, I could just click on it so it zooms in, screenshot it, just set it as mine.
Right.
And what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
On
Exactly.
Twitter, you
That's
gotta verify
the thing
it
about
with that
NFTs.
special
You can just
background.
steal them.
Yeah,
Now,
it's-
yeah.
well, you have
So,
to,
like,
you,
fuck
you'd have
that.
Is
to.
that what we're gonna see in the future? Like, oh, this person's unauthorized usage of this image.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
you-
person has.
That sounds like a
you-
dystopian hellscape.
This
right
person's
there.
avatar is in a square border, and this person's in a circle.
Think about it like, you know, like buying from Wish and buying on Amazon. Like,
No, that's a bad.
At
That's
the
a
end
bad.
of the day,
I mean, that is actually not that bad of a way to think about it,
You
but
can
it's a
download
bad.
high-res
It's not
images
practical.
off of it for free.
Yeah, it's not a bad comparison, but it's not necessarily practical still.
are you gonna?
I
need-
think
Exactly.
stuff like that is super cool,
right.
but I don't see it translating the same way in NFTs. I was just really just commenting on the whole thing of like it went absolutely nuts, and like now I don't really see people talking about it that much.
Yeah, it kind of died down a little bit.
I think a lot of it had to do with fake hype from
Well,
celebrities.
But
Yeah.
like even when we were watching UFC events, like they started showing it. Like you can get the NFTs of the clips from the fight or some shit. But like I've been watching every single UFC every single weekend, and I haven't seen it in like a month and a half.
Except like Hasbulla, I would love one of those
Well, he just-
those crypto Hasbulla thingies.
Yeah, he just released those.
He's just so cute. I love him.
But that but part of that too is just like the idea of like you would do it because it's something that you're like invested in.
Right.
Yeah.
With like a lot of NFTs, it's like here's a random fucking picture that doesn't you can't even tell what the fuck it
Right.
is, and you're
How
like,
much
oh, I'm in love with it. Like, no, you're fucking not.
Yo, Andrew.
Yeah.
How long are we recording?
1 hour and 7 minutes.
Okay.
Feels like longer, huh?
Let's see.
Well, that's because you've been smanking.
Yeah, that's true. I have a
Alright.
couple other things that I wanted to talk about too, and I think we'll kind of go to them.
Send it.
Crypto has cool.
Yeah, crypto Hasbulla.
So I got two categories of stuff that I want to hit both of, but it just depends on what you guys. I guess it's just gonna be who fucking talks first. One is sports and one is finance.
What you doing?
So I guess we can go to finance now because it's gonna be probably not as exciting, and we'll end on sports. But
Ooh, finance.
so-
Oh no! Shut
no,
up.
this is
Finance
gonna be really
is so
quick.
exciting.
This is gonna be super quick. Okay. I had a couple things here. One is tax return spending frenzy. I think it's going to be out of control this year, and we're already seeing that.
Mine goes right to car insurance, so I
Funny.
got no applicability.
Tax return spending frenzy? I wish.
Okay, well, Chris knows how much I'm getting, and I could do some damage with that. But am I going to? Absolutely.
Andrew,
not.
check your Venmo. No, I'm just kidding.
So, but like, I mean,
Ethan,
you
check your
know,
Venmo.
like
Oh, I did.
you could
It's fine.
literally, like, you really could,
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was funny.
like you,
I know.
like,
I figured it's a good time to do it.
like depending on how much
It
you
is
get,
actually the time of year to do it. Anyway,
depending on how much you get, you could do some stuff, and we're already seeing that so much with people like getting their shit and like buying shit. Like I don't know if you guys have noticed like in certain friend groups and work groups and things like that, but there have been a lot of big purchases this spring.
Kind of like when like people got those COVID checks for like like
Yeah.
like
And
the-
then all of
yeah,
a sudden
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
fucking, I mean I can't say anything, right? I got a new laptop and Gab's got a new iPad,
I
but
got a new truck.
we yeah. Yes, yeah, but all those other people
They're the dummies.
Let you drink the fucking Kool-Aid.
No, but like,
I just been eating fire sauce this whole time.
Oh,
it
man.
is the same thing, right? It's
Yeah.
like people are like, oh my god, a little bit of money, boom, done, it's gone.
Yeah, fucking windfall spending. It's like people get they get a large amount of money, they don't know what to do with it, or they're like, oh, all my dreams ever, I'm gonna buy everything I've ever wanted.
I'm gonna
like
buy
they
my car
win,
and my house and
yeah,
everything.
like
yeah.
a lottery, and then the money's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the lottery's like,
That's
we'll either
right.
pay you this many $1,000s every single month for the next 80 years, or we'll give you 45% of the total right now. People are like, I want the check, and it's like,
No, take the 45%
it's like,
now.
No.
Well,
fuck that.
dude, I give it like 5 to 10 years. It's like when the baby boomers die, there's gonna be like a massive like amount of like millennials that want to go to buy those houses, and like there's gonna be some of them like they're gonna get them. They're gonna have them for like maybe a couple of years. It's gonna get foreclosed on. It's gonna open up to a different generation.
That's
and
already
then-
happening right now.
And then yeah, then there's because there's people that
That's
buy.
not, that's not the future, that's now.
That's,
Right.
I mean, it's going to be a lot worse.
Well, I think
in
it's
like, you're saying in like 15, 20 years.
right. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be
Give it a
worse.
year. Are you kidding me? Next year's gonna be a
And
shit show.
it's like everyone is buying in like these ridiculous like when I think of like our last house, it had like 5 acres on it, fucking 2 stories, like a couple thousand square feet. That sold
Wow.
for like, high 2s. Think about that in today's market in a really nice city, 5 acres of land.
Dude, even the Desert Bridge house, how not that many years after,
Right.
was appraised for like it was appraised for 310,
It's like
and it's just over half the size on less than a quarter of the size
And it's like-
plot.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
and it's builder grade, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, for the amount that you could like buy shit like 3 years ago for like how much it is now, it's like it's gonna come down at some point because like there's just no way.
I know.
Have you heard the theory on that? So Michael Saylor, he's like a prominent Bitcoin figure. If you ever heard of him, CEO of MicroStrategy, super big on Bitcoin, hates the U.S. dollar. So he's like, all right, so 2020 hits, stock market takes off after everything gets locked down, housing market takes off, the price of everything goes way up. He's like, that's not things recovering. That's the price of the power of the dollar going way
Going
down.
way down.
Just means that like it takes a lot more dollars to do everything. People got excited like, oh my god, things are going up in value. No, just the dollar value going way down. I mean, look at how many dollars they've been printing. We're gonna
Right.
continue to see that going forward. We can blame Russia all we want, but it's not that. Purchasing power of the dollar is fast declining. Does that mean it's not going to be the world reserve currency? No. I don't think that's the case. I don't think anything's going to replace it, and I don't think we're going to switch to a Bitcoin standard anytime soon. And we're definitely not going back to a gold standard.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I kill a few engines for some gold
Oh
bars.
no. Oh no.
Hey, and welcome back.
Thank you to our sponsor.
over the Black Hills.
Hey, welcome back.
Nathan just can't even be asked. He's just gone.
That's why I'm growing out a mullet so I can look like George Custer, and I'm gonna take over a few counties in the West.
Oh god.
Like, I'm entitled.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Lord Almighty.
Where the fuck did Nathan go?
So anyway, speaking of that,
That was an excellent point you made.
yeah. So
You know,
now that we're back from our ad break, so yeah, no, thinking about that bubble that we're kind of in right now, and it's
Sorry,
just,
I didn't have a pizzaroni.
oh, you're good, dude. It's just going crazy. The value of the dollar is way fucking down. Gas prices are super high and are not even showing any signs of going down. And the housing pricing is super fucking high. Interest rates have started going right up the ass again.
No,
but the prices of homes
they're
are
going
not.
up. They're gonna go up. Our whole economy is about to collapse again.
That's what I'm getting at here. Like that, there literally is going to be an economic crash very soon. I think it's
Yeah.
it's just
You know
there's
what's
no
funny?
way you can deny it.
I think it's gonna
Here's-
happen.
Okay,
Joe,
a
Joe,
little
Joe Biden's gonna
sorry.
die. Kamala's gonna take over. She's gonna fuck it up even worse. Trump's gonna have to save everybody.
No, here's the funny thing.
I'm
Okay,
gonna write a nationwide.
the funny thing
bailout.
is this. Okay, get this. All right, this is something that my economics professor told me. Not this year, but this was like. So I was in economics about. Geez, this was like almost 2 years ago, and this is
Crazy, man.
in the middle of when Trump was in office, and he's like, hey guys, he's talking to us about the economy and stuff. We were looking. He's like, I want you guys to look at the Wall Street Journal and stuff. He's like, but he's like, based on what I've learned, the stuff I've learned and stuff. He's like, in our lifetime, we might actually experience the first time deflation, and that was with Trump actually in office. And then as soon as Biden went into office, the second that happened, like within a month or two, the economy went from being in a good position to immediately falling apart. And Biden tries to blame this whole thing now on, like this year specifically, on the whole Ukraine war and stuff. But that's not the case because, like, for one, we have enough domestic oil and to basically be independent, completely independent. But yet, because he canceled Trump's whole pipe program and stuff,
Yeah, that's true.
now we have to rely on China, the Middle East, which is something we wanted to try to be independent from to begin with. This is what Trump wanted us to do in the beginning, to be fully self-sustaining oil-wise. But yet, because Trump's name was on that, Biden decided, that was something Trump endorsed, which, by the way, created jobs for people to work on, construction jobs to build this pipe project. But as soon as that happened, no, Trump's name on it, screw that. He's an evil guy. Screw jobs, screw being self-sustaining with oil. Let's go back to what we were at before. Let's try to rely on the Middle East again. Let's rely on other countries to get us our oil, even though we could do it ourselves. And in turn, that's causing our gas prices to go up like crazy. And again, he tries to justify this whole thing as, Russia's being crazy.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, our president's being crazy right now.
Yeah. That's a hot take right there.
That is a hot take, but it's a realistic take. Looking at it financially and everything, it makes more sense to do domestic oil than it is to go import it.
Yeah, I've been saying that shit for years.
Controversial opinion. Biden isn't loved by the far left. He's not. They consider him a moderate. When he opened up the domestic oil reserves, even a slight amount to like ease costs for a little while, a few months, like a month and a half ago now, he was hated by the far left. They didn't like it. They showed that he didn't want to fully transition over to environmental, ESG, self-sustaining energy.
Yeah.
Like, do you
That's
believe?
stupid though, because you can't do that right away. That's not something you can do right away.
Right, but they want. Do you think that it's a controlled effort by, Democrats to make energy costs really expensive, so that you want to switch over to electric?
I don't know.
Make
I feel like
gas
that's a
and
little
natural.
That doesn't. Here's the thing about that though. That seems. I feel like we're stretching a little bit into conspiracy levels, but like.
I'm with it. Though.
Here's my honest hot take. You ready? I just think Democrats are stupid.
That is a hot take, bro.
I genuinely think they are when it comes to economic stuff, because for some reason they don't understand that, like, let's do this. We're being environmentally friendly. You can, like, I know in California, when I was over there visiting with some friends and stuff, when I was there for spring break a year ago, I was hearing about what their plans are over there, and so what they plan to do by I think 2025, they plan to completely phase out fuel entirely and make it so everyone's mandated to have electric cars, which I think, in all honesty, while I admire the effort, I feel like that's not enough time to make things happen, because right now electric cars are relatively new, which the other issue is we do not have enough charging stations for that. But also electric cars are still expensive right now, and like, it's such a new technology. As technology grows, as we all learn over time, when we develop new technology, it's expensive at first, but over time it becomes cheaper because more people are accustomed to it. We have more of it, and we can come up with more creative, come up with better products. And with those costs being lower over time, we don't have enough time between that mandate for California specifically for everyone to go from fuel to electric. It's not feasible. The economy does not fit everyone being able to afford electric cars. And they need to build more charging stations. I know over here in Michigan and stuff, like, if you want a Tesla, I'm not gonna lie, I do want a Tesla. I think it's a good idea. Not only that, but I think one, it'll save us money over time, But I also think, yeah, sure, environmentally, it'd do great. But the issue is we just can't transition fast enough right now, unless you can find a way to make it cheaper.
You're right.
And and within like, I'll say realistically, 20 years, I think a lot of people will have electric cars because at that point it'll be cheaper for everyone to afford it. We'll have a cheaper way of making it. The variable cost will be lower, which will then in turn allow people to be able to actually afford these cars.
Yeah, but do you think it's being prematurely controlled by
Yes,
people
I
with
do
agendas?
think it's being prematurely. That's what I'm getting at, though. I think they're prematurely trying to control this thing because one, they're trying to look all environmentally friendly and look better in the eyes of the public to try to gain support over time. But the issue is a lot of the support, like the people, are not educated enough to realize that that's not a feasible solution at the time, right now, and especially with the economy going to shit soon, that's going to be even less likely in the future unless things make some changes.
Will we see more incentives to switch over to electric vehicles?
Oh, if the Democrats stay in office, I believe there will be incentives. They'll try to find a way to fund it.
All right, well, here's a good transition from there. Do Democrats keep the Congress going into 2022?
I would say probably not. If they're not, for example, right now with Biden being being our fearless leader, who literally does not know how to walk into his own household, based on the footage we've seen, he's not a good representative of the Democratic Party. And if Kamala, surprisingly, has even lower ratings than he does, which is crazy. For a vice president to have even lower ratings than the president is actually like unheard of. All right, and yeah, if Biden dies, then yeah, she'll be our president. Guess what? Those ratings will be even lower. And I think that people are losing faith in the Democratic Party entirely. Like, we might have... I'm not saying all Democrats are bad, because that's the thing is, I don't believe all Democrats are bad.
No.
I'm saying from what I've seen right now, I think they're not making good, smart decisions. And I think, yeah, they might be a little bit corrupt. But I'm not saying every single person is bad. I'm saying unless there's some Democrats that are... Like, for example, let's look back at, like, some of the best presidents we've had. Some of them were Democrats. And they actually had good ideas. They were actually smart people. And Ethan's like, oh, you piece of shit.
No,
You
no,
can't
he
say
just
that.
cracked his neck really hard.
No, but it's true though. We've actually had good presidents that were Democrats, and
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue
they
with that.
actually care about people, and they aren't motivated by the parties that are backing them. They're motivated by what they want, what's best for the people. And right now, it feels like it's more of a power struggle to who controls what. They're not focused on the overall people. They're trying to persuade us to vote their way, but they don't actually care. They just want to find a way to maintain power. They're not going to live by their words. They're going to focus solely on, oh, what do they want? Oh, we'll tell them we'll give them that, but we're not going to give them that because we can't think of a realistic way to make it happen. Whereas, like, some of the smart people out there, like, those people, the smart people out there that aren't elected because they're not going to be easily peddled over by the parties, like, they're the ones who are missing their shot to run this country, who actually might have really, really good ideas as to how we can actually get out of this situation. I think the political parties in general are really corrupt on both sides. I can't say that the Republican Party is even better because they're not. No party right now is actually fully pure and corrupt, like not corrupt. I think that a lot of the system right now that we live in, it's just seriously a power grab. It's a lot of a power grab.
Right. Have you guys heard about what's going on in Florida right now with like Governor DeSantis and the Don't Say Gay bill and then like the fight with Disney?
Yeah.
Did you hear about like the latest? So, Nate, did you hear about this?
A little bit, only because my grandma was complaining a lot about this.
Yeah.
Shocker.
So like Disney World is its own city, and
Yeah.
they have a special exclusion zone where they
They
can
actually self-govern. They
Right.
self-govern themselves.
Right.
They are literally their own world. Literally their own world.
right.
It's crazy.
So they control a lot of that stuff, and it's a special exclusion zone, and Republicans control the House and Senate. Excuse me. And then they just recently changed that, so they removed all of those. There's no
Yep.
exclusion zones anymore, and then Governor DeSantis just signed it. They all did this at lightning speed. They don't even know the ramifications to it.
Nope.
But they punished Disney for attacking them, for attacking their agenda. So I was just wondering what your all takes about that.
Dude, all I was picturing when you said Disney was a self-covered nation, all I was picturing was like the Imperials from Star Wars versus like the Rebels, and like you have like Epcot and Magic Kingdom versus like fucking Animal Kingdom and whatever the other one is, and both of them are voting against each other, and you have all the animatronics from the fucking
It's not a
ride.
civil war.
God damn it, no.
They're like LARPing in the middle of the fucking
Oh my
of the
gosh,
Cinderella castle.
I mean, the real reality is pretty
Dude,
lame.
that's all I was
There's
picturing.
it's funny. Like Disney Corporation has like 44 people that live there full time and then vote.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. But that would be so much better. We send the
think that'd be
district
great.
from Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios wants real change.
No. Animal Kingdom. We want rights.
Animal
Like,
Kingdom
all
is
this-
behold. They're corrupt. They're only listening to Magic Kingdom. The kingdoms
Oh
unite.
my gosh. And then all of a sudden you have Cinderella coming out of the castle. People, calm down. Can't we all just get along?
Epcot sends like a fucking like wasted somebody after they just did
Dude,
the fucking
Dude, there's
beer around the world.
a lot of
Drinks around the world. It just sends a representative. Fuck all. I hate you guys.
Dude, imagine all that star
the
power.
Disney
You got
Wars.
Marvel, Star Wars, animals, fucking old
Animals.
presidents.
What?
All the-
Well,
Yeah,
guess
that's what they also thought. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
gosh, that's right.
Well, that's what's gonna happen now. Maybe that's the most Florida thing ever.
that would be the most Florida
That's
thing.
gonna
That'd
be
be
their
awesome.
town council. They're gonna have a town council. And they're gonna have fucking
All the-
Cinderella.
All the actors show up in costume.
Yes, that's exactly who it should be.
And then
It's
the
a bunch
one
of
thing that,
fucking college students not making shit,
Uh,
working at Disney
They're
World,
just reading prepared statements
du-
as that character.
duking it out.
Like Goofy just hits the gritty in the middle of the
And then you got the SpongeBob.
Nah.
Dude.
I think you combine them with.
Oh, yeah.
With Universal, and you have them
Dude.
fight. You send the Harry Potters against the Marvel superheroes.
Those are your
and
two
you-
parties.
You battle it
That's
out.
a lot of Florida men in one sitting
That's
right there.
what some might say too
Oh,
much.
Orlando.
Yeah.
You know, that's a movie I'd watch. 100%.
Oh,
the
dude.
crossover. It'd make Avengers look
Yes.
small. No, this is the
There was-
crossover.
oh my
we
gosh.
want.
The ultimate crossover where all the studios basically go to war with each other.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
Dude, you know what I
I'd
just
love to
thought
see
of
that.
would be fucking
That'd be
crazy?
ambitious.
You know how some movies have like alternate endings?
Yeah.
What if like the movie ended and then the post-credit scene was the whole fucking alternate ending? And like the only people who stayed saw it and they were like,
Dude, that would be sweet.
that'd be fucking crazy.
Would you say you want to end this on finance or men's
no.
or men's health?
I have okay,
Men's
well
health.
men's health we could do, but I do have a
Yeah.
little bit of sports stuff. First of all, you guys
Yeah,
you guys saw the NFL is just going insane right now. Just to preface,
Trades.
the trades that are happening are crazy. The stupid deals people are making, the insanely high contracts.
Bro, I'm so excited for
That-
Aaron Rodgers, baby.
Aaron Rodgers making over $78,000 every single day
That's insane.
for the next 4
Which is-
years, guaranteed.
Which is basically he's honestly they basically bribed him.
it's crazy.
He doesn't want to be there. He
It's
doesn't want to
crazy.
be there. He
So-
hates the Packers.
Yeah.
Do any
so-
of you guys have Dwayne Haskins coming back this season?
Honestly, probably not.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's kind of hard to recover from
do you see Tom Brady retiring after this season?
that. Got it.
And speaking of Dwayne Haskins, that's maybe the craziest fucking part of the whole thing.
Tom Brady?
No, Pittsburgh's quarterback. So Big
Ah.
Ben leaves, Haskins steps in, and there's all this hype going on, and then he gets hit at like 4 in the morning by a dump truck while crossing the freeway on foot.
What an idiot. Honestly, what a fucking idiot.
I mean, but we just don't know what the circumstances are. Like, how could that even happen?
Like, was he on shrooms?
I don't know.
Like, dude, like,
Shit goes down in that crazy state, man.
I mean, I don't know. Like, they're just so fucking bored.
Mm-hmm.
He was just living his best life,
That's
you know?
why.
And trying to end it.
I,
at the
like
same
I
time.
don't. It's so like mind blowing to even think about. Like 24 years old, quarterback for one of the biggest like dynasties in sports history,
Gets hit by a fucking
crossing
truck.
a bus, crossing a highway in the middle of the night, gets hit by a dump truck. Which how the fuck do you get hit by a dump truck?
You know,
You got
I
a
don't-
Cincinnati fan driving.
You know, I
Like
don't-
what are you like dragging your corpse across the ground? Like how the fuck does a whole dump truck hit you?
You know, I almost got hit by a train when I was walking downtown Royal Oak, and I was fucked.
Okay.
Like,
Hey,
dude, it
I
can
crawled
happen.
under a train
Anything-
twice.
anything
Right side
can
of
that's,
boot
happen.
night.
the thing. You
On the way
have,
back from boot night.
you would have to be like on some shit. Though.
Dude, I was fucked up.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have to
your
be.
fucking girlfriend saved your ass.
She did.
But like, but like, for someone like that to be in that scenario, like, first of all, what the fuck? Second of all, like, no one around him stopped him from doing some stupid shit like that.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, someone at that tier, like, doesn't have people with him that are like, dude, maybe you shouldn't fucking do that.
Football
Mm.
players need like a
It-
bodyguard to just like
Career
not-
football players.
Career, yeah.
Career football players.
Instead of calling them security guards, you call them CTE guards.
Yes.
Instead. CTE.
They would love that.
CTE.
Just a daily reminder that they're never gonna be the same.
Brain
Just like oh hey, it's my CTE guy.
They go to get ice out of the fridge when they're like 80 years old.
No.
It's like, oh, it's a helmet.
Ah!
Oh, dude.
Gonna kiss Ben around my whole family.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But
they're
like,
just assigned at a draft, and here's your person that will
Yeah.
be with you for the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life.
It's just like some small little
Hope your
Indian
personalities don't clash.
All right, Andrew, what's the next topic? Because we
Yeah,
did that
we
about
closing it out.
No, we're so. Was just gonna say like,
Get your
has
nut-
anybody watched any of the USFL?
I think
No.
Michigan Panthers suck
You
ass.
mean
Most of the teams.
Johnny Football?
So it's terrible, but there was a clip that was going around, and I'll see if I can put it up. But the guy like, it was like
I
a
can share my
receiver
screen.
being guarded, and the guy like threw him on the ground, and then literally like teabagged his face, and then ran to continue the play that was still going on. And I'm like,
Oh, Antonio Reed?
is that the one?
That's
Okay, yeah, I got it. Hold on. Hold up. I'm gonna pull it up on my screen. so you
Like
guys-
this is the pinnacle of professional sports.
They wanted spring football, and they got it.
Who didn't
It's
want
just,
spring football?
It's just not exciting. Plus, it's all held in one stadium.
That is.
All right, I'm going live, so if you guys can click on my thing real quick, you guys can see it.
all right, Nathan.
I'm sure. I
You
just
gotta,
share my
you
screen
gotta
right
move
now.
your screen a little
No,
bit.
it's that I would have to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
It should go though.
Let me know when it shows up.
Everything's black. I mean, I can see
Yeah.
your.
Oh,
there it
oh,
is.
there we
yeah,
go.
that should be fine.
Let's see what
Oops,
happens.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, play it like that. Wait, play it like the other way. Hold on, never mind. Oh wait, let's see it. Let's see it.
dude, like,
They just
Like-
dunked him.
like that
That's amazing.
is real.
That's amazing.
That actually happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the perfect segue to close her out.
Yeah, that's great.
If you're a dude, get your nuts checked. If they hurt, get them checked. It might be torsion. It might be cancer.
it's going.
It might
around,
be vigorous
man.
activity. It
It's
could
going
be.
around.
It
Yeah,
is.
like you, Ethan.
Dude,
Hey,
you
dude,
never know.
My buddies are dropping
Vigorous
like flies,
activity.
Dude.
Yeah, we know what that is, Ethan.
Dude.
You don't need to.
Dude,
Again,
you
with the
never
testicle
know.
You don't
puns,
need to
but, like,
explain it. We
my
know.
buddies are literally dropping like crazy. Like
Yeah, boy.
it's every week. It's a new person I
Dude.
know who's got to get their nut checked out.
You never know.
Have you guys ever seen Veep?
Veep, yeah.
Check
No.
them. Don't neglect them.
Don't neglect.
Check them.
Check 'em.
Don't neglect them.
Yeah,
It's true. That's a
That's
perfect send out right there.
yeah.
Well, does anybody? I was gonna my like bet was gonna be the UFC card, but does anybody have anything?
Go for it.
I have a bet. I have a bet. You ready?
All
I
right.
bet that Chris will fair run of his exams.
I take
God
Gaethje.
damn it.
I take Gaethje.
Why you gotta jinx me like that?
I take Gaethje by decision. I'm not decision. I take Gaethje by knockout last round. I'm sorry.
Okay. Damn. I take Oliveira by submission third round.
Okay.
Yeah, Oliveira by submission third round's a really good bet.
That's. I was trying to be smart.
It's like, God damn it, that's a really.
Is that
good
what I
one.
want? No, but
I want to see Gaethje knock him out.
Yeah.
I do too.
Maybe straight.
All right. I think. I mean, I was gonna do a stock one.
You can go for
All
it.
right. I think we see Black Rifle Coffee Club Company go to $10 in the next like 2 months.
I'm gonna invest more.
It's
than I have
short-term
right
bet.
now.
No, no,
You're
no,
not
no, no.
long
It's
term.
at 16 now.
Oh, well, fuck
Like
it.
no, it's not. It's not a good bet. It's gonna go down.
Alex Zedra doesn't make it worth it.
Okay, so now I'm gonna say a hot take, and no one can say anything. I think that MMA is bigger than hockey in the United States.
Bro.
I think it's better too.
Oh no.
I think MMA is bigger than hockey in the United States, and I don't think there's shit that anybody can say against that. So that's that.
But kids
All
can
right,
watch hockey.
sounds good to me.
Tell them to get
I know a
fucking
lot of
money.
kids that watch MMA.
Tell them to go mow some fucking lawns.
So that's it. Mow some lawns, get your nuts checked out. We'll see you guys again next time.